यो नित्यमच्युतपदाम्बुजयुग्मरुक्म व्यामोहतस्तदितराणि तृणाय मेने अस्मद्गुरोर्भगवतोऽस्य दयैकसिन्धो रामानुजस्य चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये कौडिन्यवंशवरवारिधिपूर्णचन्द्रं श्रीमत्पराङ्कुशपदाम्बुजभृङ्गराजं रङ्गार्यदेशिकपदाप्तशुदेशिकत्वं श्रीरामकृष्णगुरुवर्यमहं प्रपद्ये. जय श्रीमन्नारायण. This is Dev Narayan and welcome to the third episode of Prashna Uttara Series 1. Today we will discuss the third question: can a Vaishnava follow Advaita Vedanta? Today we will have this discussion in three parts. What is Vedanta? What is Advaita? What is Advaita Vedanta? And of course, who is a Vaishnava? The creamy layer of the Vedas and the main essence of the Vedas are called Vedanta. Veda Anta. Anta means end, and the end of the Vedas is also another translation of the word Vedanta. The essence of the Vedas are in the three Granthas, specifically the Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita and Brahma Sutra. These are the Vedanta Granthas. Vedanta helps us understand the self and understand Bhagavana and the truth of existence through the self and Bhagavana. So where does Vedanta stand in our Shastra? The Shastras mainly speak in line with modes of understanding of existence and reality. There are mainly 9 darshana in the Sanatana Dharma, as you can see here. You have under the Astika Darshana, you have Nyaya, Vaisheshika, Sankhya, Yoga, Mimamsa, and here is Vedanta for you. Of course, you have something called the Nastika Darshana, under which you have Buddhism, Jainism, and Charuvaka. Nastika means those darshana that do not consider Veda to be the primary source of text, of primary source of knowledge, and they don't consider the Vedam to be eternal. Astika, on the other hand, they consider Veda to be the primary source of knowledge, and they consider the Veda to be eternal as well. The three main interpretations of the Vedanta were done by Adi Shankaracharya, Ramanujacharya, and Madhvacharya. Adi Shankaracharya propounded the Advaita Vedanta. We'll discuss this further. Ramanujacharya propounded the Vishishta Advaita Siddhanta. We will go into this as well. Madhvacharya propounded the Dvaita Siddhanta. What does Advaita Vedanta mean? It means non-dual. Advaita. Dvaita means dual. Advaita means non-dual. This is the non-dual school of philosophy where there is only one pure existence, consciousness, bliss, and everything else is Maya and Mithya, as it only appears to exist but actually it doesn't exist. So let us understand this a little further. Take an instance of a sun. Let's say this is the sun as I've drawn here. Now this sun has rays going in all directions. There is something called Maya. This is also part of this, the Brahman. Let's call this Brahma. This is the absolute pure existence, consciousness, bliss. Satchidananda is also what it is called. Existence, consciousness, and bliss. This Maya causes this part of the rays of this sun to believe that it is not coming from the sun. It becomes an individual entity because of Maya. The Brahma, or the illusion the Maya creates, is that each of these rays now think it is the sun because it has the component of the sun, which is the ray. It believes it is the sun itself, and it forgets that the actual sun is here. The fact that each of these rays believe it is the sun, that is called ahamkara or ego. Now this ego is born, and then through this ego and many things else, this ego and this ahamkara gives rise to this world, and this whole world is what we are observing. But Advaita Siddhanta says Brahma Satyam. The only truth is this Brahman. This is the only truth. Jagan Mithya. This Jagat that has come due to Maya is a Mithya. It is not true. It is an illusion. It is false. Jagan Mithya. Jivo Brahmaiva Napara. This Ahamkara causes this to be an individual entity, and that is called Jiva. The Jiva wants to find out what it is, and he calls this Atma, and this Atma is the Brahma. The Atma equal to Brahma. It's Brahma, yeah, not Brahma. I've gone through this in the previous videos. You can go and have a look at that. Atma is Brahma in Advaita Siddhanta. Now coming to Vishishta Advaita, this is also Advaita, very non-dual, but it is Vishishta. Now what does this mean? Bhagavad Ramanujacharya conceptualized the existence of 3 eternal and indestructible entities: Chitta or Chetana, Achitta or Achetana, and Ishvara or Paramachetana or Bhagavana as well. What he says is there is only one, meaning there is only Paramachetana. Let's assume that this is the entire existence. There is nothing beyond this. Let's assume here for this pictographic representation. There is Chitta or the Atma, each of our individual Atma, you, I, and anybody else who's watching, everybody, whoever you see, actors and so on. These are all the Chitta. There are numerous Chitta. And you have Achetana. which is the Prakriti, There are trees, there are plants and so on. You have this body, you have the table, you have the chair, you have pens and so on. There is Achetana. Achetana uses Achetana and then becomes this body. So Chetana plus Achetana becomes our physical body. Body is equal to Chetana plus Achetana. Yeah. Now Chetana is the Atma. When you die, the Atma, the Chetana comes out of the body, and then the Achetana remains here as Prakriti, and another Chetana may take over. Now Chetana plus Achetana together, all the Chetana and all the Achetana makes the body of Bhagavana. So Bhagavana is described as the conglomeration of both Chetana and Achetana, but Bhagavana is supreme. Here, this Atma is subservient to Bhagavana because it is his body and we are subservient to him. He is the supreme personality and we are subservient to him. So there is a concept here of worship where we provide the service and he accepts the service. That is one aspect. I'm just trying to be very simplistic here. Even though we will not get too deep into this, a concept of Vaishnava has been very well mentioned in the 11th skandha of the Srimad Bhagavatam. You could go and have a read. There are two upaya for moksha or complete salvation, bhakti and sharanagati. I will not get too deep into this, but bhakti, there are three parts: parabhakti, parajnanam, and parama bhakti. And then from parama bhakti you attain moksha. Now a parabhakti so to reach parabhakti you have to go to ashtanga yoga and so on. We will not get into that too much today. Then the other upaya is sharanagati, where you say, I don't know how to do all of this. I don't know. I'm incapable. And therefore I am surrendering onto the feet of Bhagavana or Paramachetana. I surrender. So the two upaya for a Vaishnava is Bhakti Yoga or Sharanagati or Prapatti Yoga. Advaita Siddhanta says that Atma is the Brahman. So here this is Paramachetana and then you have this Achit. We are trying to surrender to the Paramachetana. Advaita Siddhanta says that Atma is the Brahma and the ego or Ahamkara is born due to the Ajnana caused by Maya. Even though there is a concept of Ishta Devata where they worship Krishna and Vishnu, they may be called Vaishnava there, but the main intention here is to achieve the Atma or Kaivalya Moksha, because now they only have one and the Atma is the Brahman, equal to Brahman. Because they are the same, they are only attaining Atma and therefore this moksha here is called Kaivalya Moksha. Here you are attaining Bhagavana or Bhagavad. So this is called Bhagavad Prapti and you have different kinds of moksha, Sayujya, Samipya, Salokya and so on. But let's not get into that through Bhakti or Sharanagati. Now this is the difference. A Vaishnava considers himself or herself to be subservient to Bhagavana and serves him and loves him. That is a simpler understanding. Coming back to the question whether a Vaishnava follow Advaita Siddhanta and will a Vaishnava follow or should he? That is the question asked. Now that we understand a few basic concepts, I would rather urge you to understand these concepts further and settle on a concept and practice that to the best of your abilities, which is suited to you. That way, instead of just drawing parallels and comparisons for the purpose of rhetorics, it would aid in Adhyatmic development and upliftment of Sanatana Dharma. That concludes the third lecture in this series. Do stay tuned for more. Srimate Ramanujaya Namaha.